Hi guys, thank you very much for doing this interview. I hear you guys went to Paris and I have to know everything about it. So you went to Paris and you went to London, right?
Yes, we did. First we went to London and then we went to Paris.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So first of all, Mom, why the trip? Why London? Why Paris?
Okay, well, I like traveling. I actually love traveling. When I was a kid, my mom was a flight attendant, so I was able to go a lot of places, but not necessarily out of the country.
Okay.
When I went to college, I went to a college called Prairie View, and my professor allowed me the opportunity to go to China. So ever since then, I've had the traveling bug. And it opened my mind to so many different things, and I haven't been the same since. It's been a learning experience that I couldn't get from any book. So I wanted to make sure my daughter had it as well. But of course, due to financial constraints, sometimes you think, you'll take your kid later. And also, I wanted to make sure she could remember everything and actually appreciate the experience, so I put it off. But she asked me one time, because I would always take a trip every year with my friends, and she said, could you take me to Paris next time? And I think she probably was about 5 years old. I'm like, yeah, kid. I just told her that. But she continued to ask. So I was given the opportunity to go on a trip with a group, and so therefore the payments were a little bit more affordable. So I surprised her for Christmas. So that was her spring break trip. So she's always wanted to go to Paris. She never asked about London, but I thought that was a good add-on so that she could get a little bit more in.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you got your dream. You got your dream trip. At such a young age, too. Oh my God. So now it's like, what else, right? So, what was the first thing you remember when you got to Paris? Because I remember my first time in Paris, and I remember when my plane landed and it was nighttime, and I remember the city being lit up, and I remember seeing the Place de la Concorde, and I remember this. So, what was the first thing you saw when you got to Paris that you're always going to remember?
Well, when I first got to Paris, we saw a huge Ferris wheel with different faces on there, and I think it was called the Rue de Paris. So I thought that was really cool. It had different faces, and the faces changed every second.
Yeah, and the first thing I remember, well, this was my second time going to Paris, but this particular time we caught a train to Paris from London. So the first thing I remember once we got into the city part was the Arc de Triomphe. So, the big stone arc. So that was pretty cool.
Was the language barrier difficult, or do you speak a little French?
Well, no one that really talked to us talked French, but they just had an accent.
Okay.
And they actually thought we had an accent, but I didn't know I had an accent.
Yeah,
It
it was
funny. That's funny about being here. Here in Spain, they say we have an accent and they understand the different American accents, and you don't know. You don't know when you're from America, so that is funny.
Yeah. It really, for me, the language barrier was only when I was trying to find directions somewhere. But other than that, it was okay.
Okay, good. Were you able to get around? Did you take public transportation? Did you take taxis? How did you get around?
Well, we walked a lot, like a lot, and we got into a few taxis, and to our hotel from the train station, we got on the bus.
Okay.
Mhm. And also, we took their subway system, so we did get a little turned around. I remembered it being quite easy, but this time we got a little confused, a little lost, but we were able to see a lot more of the city than we thought or we planned to see. So it was really good, but once we figured the tunnel system or the subway system out, we were able to get back on track.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so I have a question. If someone got up and said, I'm going to Paris today, what do you recommend they go see?
What was your favorite part?
Yeah, I did like the Eiffel Tower because I see it in a lot of movies and screensavers and on social media, so I really thought that would be really cool.
Okay.
What about you, Mom?
And for me, it would be the history and the museums. And of course, the Louvre is something you always want to go see just because it's very historical. Unfortunately, the days that we were in Paris, the main day, it was a Tuesday, and the Louvre was closed, and I was not aware of that. So I have to take her back just to see the Mona Lisa and things like that. But yeah,
you get a bonus trip.
Yes. So I did not know that. I should have checked my facts. So that's one thing I would make sure that another traveler, did their research to make sure that they had a clear plan of everything they wanted to see before they went. But definitely the museums, just the architecture of everything, the buildings, the art, I just think it's phenomenal.
Oh, that's amazing. So what did you guys eat? Did you eat typical Parisian food? Did you eat ethnic food? I go to Paris and I eat Indian food and Chinese food. I do not eat French food. So what did you eat?
What did you eat?
Well, my favorite place that I went to go eat, it was an African place, and I had fish and chips, and they had some really great sauces, different sauces that I had never tasted. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she ate a lot of fish and chips in London and in Paris. But yes, one of our favorite spots was a South African place, actually, and they had some amazing sauces and spices, so it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. What was the difference between the fish and chips in London and in Paris?
Well, the chips in America are called fries. So, yeah. So every time they'll ask me, I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, fries.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there was a difference between the two. I don't know. I didn't eat a lot of that. She was eating the different fish and chips.
That's good. Okay, so I have a question. What were some of the obvious cultural differences that you saw between Americans and Europeans, or even between the British and the French?
Well, they think we have an accent, and their bathrooms are more sanitary because you don't have to touch many things. And
I did like the bathrooms.
Yeah.
The bathrooms we went to, they were all the public ones, they were all pretty sanitary, nothing to touch, doors to the floor.
Yeah.
Very different than here in America. Do you notice any other differences? Like some things that they do, maybe the way they eat or way they dress?
Oh, well, I noticed that they walk faster than I do.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone walked pretty fast. But of course, we're in Texas where a lot of people move slow. So
Yeah, they drive everywhere versus public
Yeah.
transportation.
yeah.
And their license plates are different.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Did you have to pay to use the restroom?
we did.
I forgot about that. That was a shock to us, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had to find like different kind of coins, and we kept pulling quarters out of our purses, and we're like, we can't use this. So we had to find different type of coins.
So you want to tell Miss Candace a secret? One day we couldn't get coins one time.
Oh yeah, we couldn't find any coins, so
And you
I
had
had
to
to go under the little push thing that they had.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We had to
happens
go
all the
really
time.
bad.
It
Yeah,
happens
we
all
broke
the
the
time.
law. But she had to go.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. Don't even worry about it. So, did you watch any TV while you were there? Did you listen
Yes,
to the radio?
I watched several shows. I actually went on the Disney Channel, and they spoke a totally different language. They spoke French, and they didn't have the same shows. They have more, I tried to watch it, and they have more science things on there.
Okay.
Yeah, science shows, so, yeah.
Did you listen to the radio?
Did you listen to it? No.
No, not really.
Just in the taxis and things like that, but no.
Okay.
Yeah. We tried to watch TV. Only thing we could find that where was in English was like CNN and the news like that. But it was interesting. I think it was funny because we find a movie that we already knew and see the lips moving, and of course it was in French, but we don't know much French, but we could pick up on a few things. So
Now you have to learn. You have to learn so
Yes.
you can go back and you can order your fish and chips in French, and you can read the menu. That's all you really need to know. Where's the bathroom? How to order food, and how to call for help. That's all you need to know.
That is true.
Okay, so you already said that you unfortunately missed the Louvre. Was there anything else that you missed that you said, if I had a do-over button, I have to go and do it?
Yeah, we didn't go up in the Eiffel Tower. That was the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't take her up to the top. We did so much, by that time it was very late. But I also think, did you know Paris has a Disneyland?
It does?
Yes. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Thankfully, she didn't know that.
And guess what? It's cheaper than the Disney in the United States too, just so you know.
I had no idea. Look, she's like, yes, Mom, so don't tell me.
It very much so is. Yep. So just remind her of that later on. Disney's cheaper. It balances out because you have to fly over here. But it balances. Okay. Did you meet any interesting people?
Well, our waiters, yeah.
Your waiters.
Our waiters. Yeah, they did. They actually, again, they thought we had an accent,
Yeah.
and they said they'd like to come over to our table because they like listening to our accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any interesting conversations with any new people that you met?
Besides asking for directions and, well, remember the time we were on the bus, on the subway, and we found out we were going the wrong way?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the ladies were very helpful on the transit system to let us know where to go. They thought it was quite funny that we were just riding to the countryside, is what they called it. So that was pretty interesting.
What were all the things that you actually saw?
Well, I saw the Eiffel Tower. I saw the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a boat ride, and yeah. And what else did we see? We saw the glass pyramid.
That's at the Louvre.
That's at the Louvre, and
Notre Dame
Notre Dame.
Cathedral.
Yeah.
Went to a couple museums. I can't remember all the museum names right now.
And different stores.
Yeah.
Well, the stores that we have in America, but we found out that the clothes in like H&M and stuff, they cost more.
They cost more?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what you said.
I don't know if it said it cost more. I just know the sizes were smaller. Yes, smaller. But they had a lot of shops, right? A lot of fashion stores and things like that. Yeah.
They have a lot of Starbucks.
Starbucks and other coffee shops. I saw a lot of coffee and tea shops and things like that.
Yeah, it's theirs. That's what they have.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you tell other little kids about Paris? If there's one thing you can tell other little kids about Paris, what would you say?
Ooh. Okay.
Take your time. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it.
How would you get your friends to go to Paris, and what would you think would excite them to go? If you had to give them a sentence.
That they could go with their parents because it's the city of love.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. Yeah, people don't think of Paris as a family destination. They do think of it more romantically as love. But Paris has so much history and so many things to do for so many people. It's a good place to go with your family.
Yeah, and there's a lot of art there.
Mm-hmm.
Art and fashion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's very artistic, so she loved to see the art. She loves painting, drawing, and all those kinds of things. So it was really amazing to her to see all the colors, things like that. So,
what artist do you have an artist that you saw that you remember, or a piece of artwork that you remember? Not necessarily the name, but something about something that you remember.
Well, when I saw that they drew the Eiffel Tower. And in the background, it was really pretty. It really looked like it was in America because of how it looked like it had a lot of grass and grass that wasn't cut in the back. And so, because when we went to the Eiffel Tower, we saw that there wasn't any grass over there.
Oh, so you're talking about a painting you saw of the Eiffel
Yes.
Tower? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other pieces of art that you saw? What about the statues that you saw with the?
Oh yeah, there were a few statues that they had red blindfolds on them, and we asked people why they were on there. They said that they were going through something, so we Googled it, and they said that there's this group that do it in the middle of the night, I guess.
Okay.
So they put the statues on. The blindfolds on the statues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's to bring some type of awareness to the arts of Paris. It may have a deeper meaning, but a lot of the locals didn't know when we asked them. But many of the statues around the various bridges had red blindfolds over the eyes. So she noticed that, and so we started asking people, but we didn't get an official answer, but we did Google and find a little bit.
Google knows everything. Google knows everything.
Yeah.
So would you do it again? See Paris?
I would definitely do it again, but I would go to like Africa because I've been wanting to go to Africa.
Yeah.
So I would go to other different places that I would love to go to before I go again.
Keep dreaming, girl. I like that. I love that. You know what? I've been following you online, and I follow you with Kam and Niya, and I'm so proud of you. And I want you to keep on going and keep on pushing and do what you're doing. And God got your back and Mommy got your back. And you guys always have people praying for y'all, okay?
Yes, thanks for supporting.
And thank you so much. I love what you're doing, and we love your journey. I love watching your pictures and your children grow. So keep doing what you're doing, especially with this travel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do your children speak the language, the European language?
Un poquito. They've learned. So when we first came here, they didn't speak a lick of Spanish, and it was very difficult. And we've all had to learn it very fast. Aprender más rápido. So we're learning. We have to, though, because we live here, and just to be able to live, we've had to do it. And they go to Spanish school, a Spanish public school. So it's not like a private school, and they have to learn it, so they're learning. And it's been 7 months, and I'm actually proud of them. They just got their second report card. My oldest, their language class, which is Spanish, in America, and language is in English, it's Spanish. They don't do well in it because it's a lot of writing. But in their other classes, they're getting A's and B's, and I'm so proud of them because they're learning it and they're picking it up. And I speak French, and I've been teaching them French for a long time. So they're, just to be able to hear the different languages being in Europe, they're picking it up.
That's amazing. Good for you. Cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
You have any other questions?
Why did you want to move?
I've always wanted to move to Europe. And when I was your age, I wanted to move to Europe. It's always been a dream. I just didn't think I could. And then I got to a point one day where I said, you know what? I have to follow my dreams, and I have to teach my kids how to follow their dreams. And so we moved.
That's amazing.
That's really good, yeah.
I love it. Well, best wishes to you and your family.
And to you guys too. Thank you so much for doing this. I just really want other little kids to see Paris because it's the most wonderful place to see.
Yes.
And I hope you get to Africa soon, Mom.
Yes, I definitely want to go. That's my dream as well.
You've
So
never been?
no.
What part of Africa? Africa's a big place. What part of Africa?
I know. That's the thing. I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if I want to go to South Africa, West Africa. I really don't know.
I want to go to South.
You do?
It sounds like they have really good food.
Okay.
You're a foodie. She's a foodie.
Yes, she wants to eat. So I really don't know. I don't know. I'll have to do some type of trip where I don't know if I want to go, see the animals, do some safari stuff, or go to the cities. It's, every time I see pictures, there's so many beautiful things that I want to see, and I don't know where to start. So I really want to plan a maybe 2, 3, 4 week type of excursion where I can cover a lot. So we'll see.
Well, you guys will get it. I know you will. Well, again, thank you so much for doing this, and I wish you guys luck and all the best, and I will talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.